Hey, so you're here to practice multiplying polynomials with my guidance. So what we're going to do is we're going to do these first two problems together, and then you'll be doing 3 and 4, and then checking back to check your answers, 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8, and then 9 and 10. Okay, so let's start off with the two problems that we have at the top, problems 1 and 2. So there are two ways you can do this problem. You can either use the box method and create boxes where you use the area model to find your product, or you can use FOIL method. So for problem 1, I'm going to use the box method, and for problem 2, I'm going to use the FOIL method, just so you can review both of them and decide which one you want to use on these problems. Okay, so for this first one, I'm going to create my box. I have x plus 4. I'm going to label here. I'm going to cut in half so that I have a row for x and a row for 4. And then I have x plus 7 at the top. I'm going to cut that in half as well, so I have those two rows individually as well. So then I'm going to start filling in the boxes by thinking about how would I find the area of this box. So if I'm thinking of this box here, it has a width and a length of x, so if I wanted to find the area, I do x times x. And remember, if just because you have an x with no exponent, the exponent's really 1. When we multiply variables with exponents, we add the exponents. So this is actually x squared. X times x is x squared. And then I move on to the next box. So it has a width of 7, a length of x, so 7 times x is 7x. So I know the area of that box, or the product of that box, would be 7x. Then I have x and 4, so x times 4, and that gives me 4x. And lastly, I have 7 times 4. 7 times 4, we should know that's 28. If you don't, then you need to practice your math facts for multiplication. Okay, so now I'm going to write all of these things out together. I have x squared plus 7x plus 4x plus 28. Okay, this is not my final answer, and it is not my final answer because there are things that I can combine together. So remember, if you have terms that have the exact same variable with the exact same power, then you should be combining them. I have 7x's and I have 4x's, so I know that altogether I should have 11x's. Now this would be our final answer because I have x squared, I have x, and I have a constant. I can't put these two together because they don't have the same power. Okay, so let's take a look at number 2, and specifically how would I do this using FOIL method rather than the box method. So FOIL method is where you take the first item, x, and you multiply it by the first item, so x times x. I know x times x is x squared. And then O, outside item times outside item, so x times 2. But don't forget this is a negative here, so x times negative 2 gives me negative 2x. And then I do the same thing but with the second value. So I, inside times inside, 9 times x, means positive 9x. And last times last, 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. Again, this is not my final answer because if there are things that I can combine, I should combine them. Okay, so I have 2 negative x's, but I have 9 positive x's, so I'm left with 7 positive x's. And then I bring down my other terms. Now, this is my final answer because I cannot put these two items together. One is an x squared and one is an x. Those are not the same thing. Okay, I want you to do problems 3 and 4, come back to check your answer, and I'll give you more directions.